Hey guys, it's Melissa and welcome back to my channel. I am here for part 2 of my 2015 most reached for products. If you have not seen part 1, why haven't you seen part 1? Why? I will have it linked down below or right here. Click here. This is a new thing I'm trying. Click here to go to part 1 of my 2015 most reached for products. So I'm not going to go through the whole spiel again because they went through that. Let us jump right in. We are focusing on the eyes in this video. So I'm going to go from everything from primer to liner to lashes to shadows right into it. So the first thing that is my most reached for product is this Micah Beauty Cosmetics eye primer. I got this in a BoxyCharm. I don't even know when, and I use this every time I do my makeup. This has been my eye primer. Now, I've never tried a MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I don't know if this is comparable to that. All I know is that it works. It works for me. I have quite the divot in there. Not sure if you can see it. However, today when I used it, it did this weird crumbly, bally up thing. So I'm not sure if it's starting to go bad, but it's a pretty thin formula, and it does a really good job of just hiding, not in a thick way, but just making my eyelid all one even color and then just applying a good base for eyeshadows to stick to. So it works for me. I may be on the verge of getting rid of this though, because I don't know, that weird thing that I did today, I was like, I don't want that. I don't want that on my eye. So 2015 was the year of experimenting with my brows, and I talked about this in 2014. I talk about this anytime I talk about my brows, but I have a hard time with them, and I'm really just trying to find the product that works for me. However, I started using this. It is not even a brow product, but I like the way that it works, and it is the NYX Gel Liner and Smudger in dark brown. The problem I face is my eyebrows are naturally very dark. They're borderline black. And any kind of brow product that I use tends to pull very warm, and it just doesn't look right. This does. For whatever reason, this works in my brows. This gives me that, I mean, it's just a dark brown eyeliner. It gives me just that nice clean edge to it. I have this in my brows today, and I just really like the way that it works. I'm curious. I think this year might be the year that I try a pomade from Anastasia of Beverly Hills, because I've been testing this out and I do like working with this type of formula a little bit better than I do with a pencil. So maybe I'll try that. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Speaking of which, I also discovered the Brow Wiz from Anastasia of Beverly Hills. This is my second one, which means it's a most reached for product. I have this in the shade medium brown, and it's very weird. There it is right there. It's a cool tone brown, which I like. And some days I love this and some days I hate it. But I went through one of them and I felt that I needed to purchase another one. So definitely a most reached for. I like this better than any of the other brow products that I liked. Last year I talked about the Lorac one, and I really like that. I used that through, and then I ended up getting this one. So I do like it. Most reached for. And to go along with that, two more kind of browish products this is the Billion Dollar Brows Concealer and Highlight Pencil. And honestly, I use the highlight side of this way more than I do the concealer side. But I loved, after I map out my brows, is to just put this underneath it to kind of conceal any hairs that might be under there, and to just give that crisp, clean edge. Sometimes, you know, your hands wiggles a little bit or whatever, but this will help really kind of define it to give it that arch. And sometimes I will use the concealer side on either the inner or the top part of it, but I always use the highlight on the inner side of it. And then this is a sample, and I will absolutely purchase this. This is the Anastasia of Beverly Hills Brow Gel. Now let me tell you something. All brow gels are not created equal. They are not. I have used like 2 or 3 other ones, and they do not perform anywhere near this one does. This one is like super glue on your brows without feeling like super glue. I have other ones that I've tried that I'm like, what did it doesn't even feel like I did anything. My brow hairs are still all kinds of crazy and flying through the wind. I don't know. But this does its job, and it's got the perfect size little wand. Some of the other ones, they're like giant wands that go across my whole face, and I'm like, why are you doing that for an eyebrows are little, they're not big. Why do you need these big giant mascara wands on them? So end of rant. I love this. Most reached for. If I need to like glue my eyebrows down, this is the one that I go for. Okay. Moving on to eyeliners, I don't have my most reached for because I used it up, and it was actually last year's winner or mention, and that was the Essence, which is sold at Ulta. It's the Essence Midnight in Paris Gel Eyeliner. I was just looking because I wrote it down. I love that eyeliner. It's in like the little pot form, and you use a brush and you apply it. That eyeliner is the blackest. It is matte, it is creamy, smooth, and it is inexpensive. Like, it's like $2.99 or $3.90. I think it's $3.99. But it performs so well. And honestly, every time I wear that, people are like, what eyeliner are you wearing? What is it? That is the blackest. That looks so good, blah, blah, blah. And it is $3, $4. Like, it's awesome. So I will try to insert a picture of it here. I'm going to pick up another one because I have another gel eyeliner that I'm like trying to work through, but I don't use it nearly as much as I did that one because I just love that one so much. So definitely a most reached for. And then this one, now this is somewhat of a formula thing, but it's actually really a color favorite of mine, or color most reached for. This is the Urban Decay Glide On, Slide On 24/7 eyeliners. Look at how teeny, it's actually like really teeny. This is in the shade Demolition. I love this. Now, I go back and forth on this formula. Sometimes it moves on me, sometimes in my waterline it's not always the best. However, I have not found a brown of this color. This is a cool tone brown. Every other brown that I have tried, whether it's from the drugstore or high end, it tends to pull a little bit warm. And this is a flat out cool tone brown, and I absolutely love that about this. And I just love on those kind of no makeup days where I just want to give a little bit of definition at the lash line, is I just run this along there because it's not as stark, it's not as bold as wearing a black, but it just gives that fullness at the lash line to make your lashes look bigger. It goes on very smooth, it's super creamy, and I just love the color of this. Like, that's what is really an all-star for me, is the color. And I'm pretty sure I will repurchase this once I'm out of it because I have not found anything. If you have found a cool tone brown eyeliner like this, please let me know down below because these are a little bit pricier, but if I have no choice, I'll have to buy it. All right, let's talk lashes. This was the year that I really discovered false lashes. I really tried to experiment with them and try different ones, and I'm loving it. I love wearing lashes. I think it's fantastic. They really enhance a look, and I actually enjoy kind of the lashes that flare out. That's what I find are the type of lashes that I tend to gravitate towards. And I also like the lashes that have a clear kind of band. I don't like the ones that have a very thick band. It's just not my preference. And it's funny because some people like the thicker band. I happen not to. The lashes that I love, and these are, I've bought multi-packs of these, are the Kiss Ever Easy Lashes number 11. And this is the style that I have on today. But you can see that they are smaller on the inside and then they flare out towards the outside. I do trim a little bit. I didn't trim this pair and they're a little bit long, but I do try to trim like a little bit off the outer edge. I love the band on these because, let me see. Let me pop these open so you can get a better look. Okay. So if you can see, it's like a very clear band. It's not a thick band there, which I like. I find it to be very flexible. They're long and they give volume and length, but they don't look like, you know, like it's not like I have caterpillar lashes or anything like that. I think they look natural for false lashes. I mean, that's kind of my thing. So that's the kind of love. So these are definitely most reached for. I will repurchase these, and I find that they actually do wear longer. So that's a style that I have repurchased. Along with that, now don't judge me because this looks disgusting, is the Revlon Precision Lash Adhesive with the black cap. I don't know what it is about this lash glue, but the cap gets disgusting. And I don't know how to fix that or stop it or prevent it. So if you know, please let me know down below because it looks gross and I can't. I love this lash glue. I think it works really well. I like that it is a brush applicator, so it's really easy to just wipe onto the band there and then, you know, let it sit for a little bit, apply it on. It's clear formula, so you don't have any glue issues or anything like that, so definitely love it. Whew, all right. right, guys, let's talk mascaras. I have quite a few to mention, and I'm going to start by two that I mentioned last year. So the first is the CoverGirl Clump Crusher. Now, I didn't have this in last year's video because I ran out of it, but I have since repurchased it. I love this. This is a tried and true. This is a ride or die. This is one that I know I can count on. I get this in the waterproof formula, and this is the one I recommend to people. It has a weird wand where it's like flatter here and then rounded on the bottom, but it just works. It separates, it builds volume, it doesn't look clumpy, it just looks really, really wonderful on the lashes. So I definitely love that one. And then the other one from last year is the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. In last year's video, I had a sample size. I have since purchased the full size. This just does something to lashes. I don't even know. It makes me look like I'm wearing false lashes. It just amplifies them, thickens them without being clumpy, lengthens them, volumizes them, and they just look like dramatic, awesome, beautiful lashes, so I love it. This is a very interesting wand as well. It's got an hourglass shape, and I just saw a thing where the owner of Too Faced, I think his name is Jared something, he said as a joke, like, oh, let's make the wand like the dimensions of Marilyn Monroe, and they did. So that's where the shape of this wand comes from, is like her body shape, and it works. I don't know why, but it works. So definitely love this as a high-end, and this is, oh no, it's not the only high-end, but I love this as a high-end mascara. Most reached for is the CoverGirl Full Lash Bloom, and I did a love it, like it, or leave it on this, which I will have listed. I will have anything that's kind of related listed, or not just listed, but yeah, I'll have it listed down below. I'll try to pop it in up here, but I did a review on this. I love this. It's a different wand than the other one, and I find on this that it makes my lashes full and soft. Like, they just feel really nice. And my favorite way to wear this mascara is actually with false lashes. And I know that's weird, but it just does a really great job of blending my lashes into false lashes because it lifts them and it makes them full but soft, so they don't look too crunchy or too clumpy or anything. So they blend really nicely into false lashes, but it's also really great on its own. And this is the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black. I have seen Carly Bible talk about this and Samantha Sherman. I went out and got it, and I am glad that I did. Again, very curious wands. All the wands on these are very different from each other. This is a long, skinny wand, and you're like, what the heck is that gonna do for me? This makes your lashes like up to the heavens. It's not the best volumizing, but for length, this blows everything out of the park. Like, it just makes your lashes so long. And I like this on the bottom lash line too, because it's just, the bristles are really teeny, so they get all those little hairs under there, and I just think it's a really, really fantastic drugstore option. We doing good? You guys need a break? I need to take a little sips of my tea because I was losing steam. Let's get into shadows. Okay, so that's gonna be the last part of this video, is shadows, and I have a couple palettes and things that I wanna mention. To start off, most reached for of mine are these Color Icon Trios from Wet n Wild, and specifically in, which one are you? Sweet as Candy and Walking on Eggshells. I love these. This goes along with that. From my last video, I talked about the Rimmel BB Cream and the Maybelline Master Glaze. This goes along somewhat with that, where they're easy. I don't have to think about them. This is the Sweet as Candy. This is the Walking on Eggshells. So you just have these really 3 colors. They lay it out for you. You got your lid, your crease, and your brow bone. These are really fantastic formula, super creamy, super blendable. This one, Walking on Eggshells is a little bit warmer. Sweet as Candy is a little bit cooler. I think everybody should own at least one of these. So you decide if you like cooler or warmer tones, but they're so easy to do, and they just look really fantastic on the lid. They just give really great, you know, just a little extra, just a little something. So super inexpensive, and I love, love, love both of these, and I reach for them all the time. Along the lines of that, from drugstore, these I mentioned last year as well, and I also mentioned these same 2 colors that I happened to pull for this year. These are the L'Oreal Infallibles. That way. I love these. Specifically, I am mentioning Amber Rush and Bronze Taupe. These are great. Again, with this is like that, I don't have to think about it. I pop this open, I take this on my ring finger, I dab it on my lid, I'm out the door. So let me swatch. That's Amber Rush. I love these. I think they're fantastic. These two shades are part of their permanent line. There you go. You got Amber Rush on top, Bronze Taupe on the bottom. Look at them. They're stunning. The way that they catch the light, and these are so creamy. Like, they just feel so fantastic. You would think this was a high-end product for the way that they just kind of go onto the skin. And you can even, with Bronze Taupe specifically, you can even like blend that up into the crease. You get a one shadow look out of these. They're amazing. They have tons of colors, but I think these two are just like your everyday staples of don't need to think about it. Are you guys ready for some palettes? Let's get into it. I've got to mention this, I mentioned this last year as well, my Lorac Pro. I love this. This is my ride or die. This is the palette that I tell people, if you're going to get a palette, Lorac Pro, do it. It's unbelievable. And there's the Lorac Pro 2. If those colors appeal to you, get them. The formulation of these, the fact that they have a row of mattes, a row of like sparkly metallic-y shimmers, they're just stunning. Now I will say that they do get a little bit powdery because they're so soft. That's what it is. Like, they're not powdery in a dry sense. They're powdery in the fact that they're just really soft powders. I absolutely love this. I believe I did a palette challenge with Jessica with this, so I will have that linked if I did, which I'm pretty sure I did. And I love it. I mean, there's quite a few shades that I have divots in. Light pink, mauve, espresso, like, oh, garnet, all of them. Like, I have divots in them because I use this palette so much. This is a palette I reach for all of the time. And because you can get warmer looks, you got this garnet, you got some browns, you get these mauve-y tones, you get this gold. It's just a really all kind of, then you got this cool gray down here, so in slate. So it's just really fantastic. I love it. I reach for it all of the time. And I do want to give a shout out too, because another Lorac palette that I use quite a bit is the Lorac Unzipped. This is the original Unzipped, not the gold. Now, I will say that every look I do with this is very similar because that's the tone of this palette. Whereas with the original Lorac, I can create all different looks and not look the same. I can wear this for a week and do all different things. This, my looks are always going to look the same. I typically use Unconditional or Unspoken, so either this little bit mauve-y, a little bit more brown in the crease, and then one of these shades on the lid, and then highlight. So they all look kind of the same. There's very subtle differences between like these, oh crud. I mixed one and two. Between these shades, one's a little bit more pinky, one's a little bit more bronzy, one's a little bit more golden, but you get the same kind of look. But I like it. This is the kind of eye look that I like. And again, this is one of those I don't have to think about it. It just happens where in the crease, I know what my crease shade's gonna be, I know what my lid shade's gonna be, I know what my outer corner is going to be, and I know what my highlight's going to be. It just makes it simple if I don't have a lot of time, but I wanna be put together. So definitely a most reached for. Another most reached for palette of mine, now I feel bad mentioning this, but this comes out pretty much every year, to be honest with you. This is the Too Faced Holiday Palette, and specifically this is the one called A Few of My Favorite Things. So I think this is 2 Christmases old. It looks like this, but every year they put out something like this. What I love about this is for traveling, is for I go visit friends, I go visit my parents, whatever the case may be, and I take this with me because you have this hodgepodge of shadows and all different finishes, all different types of colors. I mean, you have cool tones, you have warm tones, you have everything kind of in here. And then down here, you get 2 blush colors, a bronzer, and a contour shade. So you get the Chocolate Soleil Sun Bunny, which are 2 of their best-selling type of bronzers. You get 2 fabulous blushes. You get a pinker one and a coral one, and then some really amazing shades up here. So I have to say there's no mirror with this because of the way that it's packaged, but normally I just find a mirror to use. But I love it because it's just, it makes traveling easy, that I just take this, some foundation, concealer, whatnot, and I'm good to go. So This is one that I always grab if I'm going away for the weekend or any kind of trip like that. So love this, definitely most reached for. How many times can I say most reached for? I don't know. And finally, you guys knew, you had to have known this was coming. I mentioned these last year in my 2014 most reached for, and I am mentioning them again. My Makeup Geek shadows. I did quite a few tutorials using them this year. I will have those linked for you. I love these. I love the concept of making your own palettes and creating things, and now they've come out with the foils, the duochromes, they're formulated mattes. Like, they just have some really fantastic shades. I am wearing this on my eyes today. I will tell you what I have on my eyes. But some standout shades to me, just before I get to that, is this shade here. I have a dent in it. It is Beaches and Cream, which I just love as a transition color. Cocoa Bear is a great shade. I do have those two on my eyes today. These I think I mentioned last year, Bitten. Bitten is an outstanding color. If you get any color, get Bitten. It is so stunning. Cupcake, I think this is, yeah. Cupcake is really fantastic, but they just have some really great shades. Cosmopolitan, oh no, Mango Tango, that's Mango Tango. I think this one's Cosmopolitan. Love them. They are beautiful. They're so creamy. They're inexpensive. You create what you want. You pick shades that you want, that you know you're going to use. So whether you get something like this and you're like, I'm never going to use this color, so it's a waste to you. So don't get it. Get other ones that you know you're going to use, and that's the beauty of creating your own palette. I do want to give a shout out too. I love this shade right here. This is Ritzy. This is one of their duochromes. It is fantastic. Ritzy and Blacklight, love them. They're just, these two shades I am obsessed with. They're just unbelievable. I don't own anything like them, and I just think they are just so, so stunning. On my eyes today, I'm wearing foiled shadows. I have this one in the Spotlight, in the kind of first third that I went into Grandstand, and then I went into Flamethrower, so it kind of faded that way. And then I have Shimma Shimma, which is this shade here, which is also fantastic, on the inner corner. And I have some other shades, Cocoa Bear in the crease, things like that. But I love these. I cannot say enough about them. I will have a link down below if you are interested in purchasing any of them. It is an affiliate link. I am sharing that with you. I'm not being dishonest about it, but I am an affiliate because I want to be, because I love them so much. So that is that. Whew. Okay. We made it through part 2. If you have not seen part 1, I will have it linked down below, and stay tuned for part 3. If you are not subscribed, subscribe so you know when part 3 is coming, because I don't even know when it's coming. So stay tuned, subscribe. And again, I said this in my last video, but thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos, as long as they may be and as rambly as I may get. I truly, truly appreciate it. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Welcome to 2016. We are here. We're actually like almost done with January by the time I'm filming this.